Right. Right. So
Hi, everyone.
Right. So what we're doing here, we've got Tracy's absolutely flying with us. I think she's sponsored 22 in the first week, and she's sponsored quite a few since then. So the whole idea is the more people you get in your team, the faster it's going to grow. And obviously, we're pushing now to get everybody started with catalogs, because if they get a set of catalogs, and even if they do it wrong and pass it around their friends and family, they're going to get a load of orders. But if they haven't got any catalogs, virtually the chance of them getting started is very slim. So I know a lot don't want to go out door to door, which is fine. But once they put a few around their friends and family, even workplace, if you've seen the story of Lauren, who joined last period, she just passed some catalogs around friends and family and people she knew, and she got over £650 worth of orders, and a few through our shop as well. So if we have lots of the team getting that results, that's going to get them excited. So some of them will actually start doing the online side as well. And obviously that takes a bit longer to build up, but if they've got orders coming and they're making money, they're not going to leave the business at all. So just over to Tracy to hand over, explain what she's doing with adverts and her tips on how to do that. And then once we're finished and it's recorded, once it's finishing, we'll ask some questions as well. But once it's finished, we'll stick the recording back in the YouTube and pass it back to Tracy, and then she can fire down a group so the rest of the team can see what she's up to. So over to you, Tracy.
Hi, everyone. Regards to the sponsoring, what I've been tending to do is post in roughly between 50 to 60 groups each day, if I can, depending on works and things like that, but normally 50 to 60. I tend to post ads that are just wording. I don't add any pictures to the post and things like that, because I find that they don't work at all anymore. So normally I post ads, straight to the point ads, just saying, looking for people that look to work from home, and give them a wee bit of information, like the company that's been going for 55 years type thing, and it's retailing in over 60 countries. Would you like some information on joining this company type thing? And just putting simple, straight to the point ads in, always putting in to cover UK and Ireland so people know that we cover both areas, and always putting in the age as well, has to be 18 or over, and getting them to message me for info. And as you know, when you get in, people do always, they don't read everything. They read part of the ad and they don't read the bit at the bottom line saying message me for info, and they just keep putting info. And then you need to actually get that person to actually message you direct first, just so that you don't get into trouble with Facebook, because Facebook, if you start messaging people out the blue that you've had no contact with, they can put a ban on your account. So you've just got to make sure that the person that's asking for info, you just get them to message you direct first of all, and then that gives you access to message them as often as you like. What I tend to do is give them the information of the company and things like that, give them a link to my catalogue to have a look at as well, and put down, if you get any questions, come back to me. If I don't hear anything within 24 hours, and it's normally the following day, I just send a wee short message just saying, just to see how you got on with the information I sent, do you have any questions? And some people get back to you and others don't. Some people come back and say, no, it's not for me, or some people come back asking for more questions, and you give them any information that they're looking for. What I tend to do with the ones that come back and say, no, it's not for me, I always reply back saying, thanks very much for getting back to me. If your circumstances change in the future, please contact me at any time, and I'll be willing to give you any more information. And then I archive everyone. I don't just delete them out my messenger, because it means in the future, 2 or 3 months down the line, people that come back to you looking for information, you know you've already provided them so much information, and what information you've provided, because it's in your archive history, it always comes back up. So I always tend to archive every message that someone sends me. I don't just delete it, so that I don't have any knowledge if they've asked me for information previously or anything like that. I always make sure that I archive everything. And you can archive as many messages as you possibly can, because I've got 3 Facebook accounts, and the amount of messages I archive on a daily basis is phenomenal. It could be like 40, 50 messages I can archive on a daily basis, because of the amount of people that are contacting you for information. Like today, I've only put out 30 recruitment posts now today. I put 20 out first thing this morning, and then I put another 10 out about an hour and a half ago, and I've started 4 people today. One was actually from the weekend, so there's 4 people actually come in today based on just putting that small amount of ads out. It's just getting them into the right groups as well. Some groups they don't do well in. There are other groups that do well in. Like before, when I was with the last company, I used to find it really, really hard to get Southern Ireland people in. I could get Northern Ireland, I could never get a Southern Ireland person in to join the last company. And now I must say about 12 to 15 Southern Ireland people in my team. And Southern Ireland are actually quite good at working as well. They're good at putting books out and things like that. I've got some ex-Avon people in my team, and they want to do books because that's what they're known to do. So it's just giving them enough information and giving them the information that they're looking for, and making sure you're there to help them as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't. Some of the other ones that's doing well on the sponsoring, they're putting in the adverts not Avon and not FM, because obviously Avon and FM's been hammered for years, and it just says people are saying it's something new, even though it's been here for like 50 odd years. It's an untapped gold mine of people that actually get to join. So popping that in the adverts can be very good as well. It weeds out the people who thought it might have had a look at Avon before. It's not for them and want something new, something a bit more exciting.
Yeah, I've used an ad saying not Avon previously as well. Put it in brackets, not Avon. And you're getting a lot of people, even Avon ones are contacting you wondering what it is. But you do get the odd one actually saying, oh no, it's not for me, I thought it was something else, I've already done Avon side it or things like that. But you always just let them know exactly the information that they're looking for. Don't beat round the bush type thing. I tend to just give them the information that they're asking for, and then ask them if you've got any more questions, and answer the questions to the best of your ability without making it too long, if you get what I mean. Don't give them long paragraphs of this, and this. I tend to be straight to the point, actually giving them the information right down to the last letter type thing, but within as many words as you possibly can. So some people start reading it and they go, oh, I'm not reading all that paragraph. So I tend to just give them what they need to, especially us Scottish people up here, we just like straight to the point. Not everybody does. But I have passed some like ads and things like that on to some team members. I've actually got one of the girls in your team as well, Gavin, that we've swapped ads with. It's been doing well. We've sent a message saying you want to swap some ads, so we're not using the same ones, and we've been doing that as well. And it's really, really good because everybody's out there to help each other. Oh
yeah, the opportunity is massive, you know. So do you put in like earn from 20% to 35% in the advert?
Yeah, I put that in my posts as well. Not all my posts. I don't always put up exactly like the one I sent Stephen. It's 20% to 35%. For it to amend to use the way you wanted to, and some of the other ones, but I don't always put the commission in the post either. I sometimes put up to 35% commission, or I tend not to put commission in at all until they come back to me with asking for information, and then I say what information you're looking for, and if they're looking for commission, and I give them some information about the free gifts and things like that, the welcome reward programme that the company do. So I give them the information that they require, but I let them know it's up to 35%, and depending where they are, if they're in the UK, 35% over 600 £600, and over 980, I think it is, in euros. I'd need to double check the euros because I'm not good with euros, but they get 35% with the euros as well.
Yeah, well, they get bigger orders in Ireland anyway, so they do it. They hit the targets just as easy as they do in the UK. Great. So has anybody got any questions? I want to fire. It's Tracy and myself while we're on.
One thing I was going to put a little bit in about Tracy. The reason why Tracy gets her responses and is because I started to post quite a lot of adverts last week, and what happened was I ended up getting security checks because my activity level wasn't as high as it should have been, and that's one thing that I'd point out to everybody. Is that the reason why Tracy can post a lot, and the reason why Tracy gets great what's the word, like, exposure of her adverts? Because somebody else might say, no, I'm doing 50 a day but not getting the same response. and it's because you want to have your activity on Facebook quite high. So making sure that, you know, when you go into Facebook, in your home news feed, just share some videos and post some comments and likes and do lots of different kind of social activity on your Facebook profile as much as possible as well. And that will actually boost what can be seen, and also it'll allow you to get away with a bit more, you know, posting. So I'm starting again, but I'm doing it smaller and building up again, so I can get up to doing, you know, my target's it's over 50 a day myself as well.
Yeah, it's a good point. If you look at my Facebook profile, I put a couple of puzzles on in the last couple of days, and they get huge comments, and that helps get a lot of interaction. And
exactly, yeah. Just to show Facebook you're not a robot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only post 10 posts at a time. I don't go over 10 posts. I know I can go over 10 posts, but I don't tend to. So I get into one account, I post 10 adverts into one account, and then I come out of the account altogether, and then I go and do some activity on one of my other Facebook accounts, and then I post 10 adverts, but I don't do it all at once. And I know that people like Angela Gregg and things like that, they can post 20 to 30 posts all at once, and I just don't tend to do that because I just don't want to lose my profile. I know I've got 3 of them, but I don't want to lose them type thing. So I tend to do just 10 at a time, so I don't lose my profile. But I don't do.
Are you using all 3 profiles in the same device, or using different devices?
All the same device. I work from my iPad.
Awesome.
So I come out one account, go straight into the other account, come out the other account, go straight in, because the 3 of the
profiles. I wasn't sure how IP addresses would work with that, if that causes a problem or not. But
the same IP address for everything. So
no, just
I've done that for the past 2 years, so I've never had a problem with it. Doing it that way. But I don't do loads of activity on Facebook either. I do in the morning again, and get each profile and like a few things and share a few videos and things like that. But you've got to watch what you're sharing as well, because Sunday night I went to bed about 10:30. I woke up on Monday morning and one of my accounts was actually closed down, security check on it, and it was saying that there was unsuspicious activity on it. And then when I finally managed to get back into the account, it was like the back at 11-12 o'clock at night that spam posts had all been deleted by Facebook, and it wasn't anything that I'd put up. So you've got to watch the videos and things like that in case it somebody's put any spam videos.
Getting some interference or somebody.
Yeah, somebody's.
Is that your cat? Is that your cat or dog, Tracy, attacking you there?
No, it's my dog, but she's away down there. She's popped down. She's not getting petted, so she's away down there at the road. Normally she climbs up and tries to sit on my knee. Every time I've got the cushion on my knee, because I've got the tablet sitting on the cushion, and every time I've got the cushion on my knee, she's trying to sit up on my knee. But she's away down there. But as I say, I don't do loads and loads of activity on Facebook. I don't do as much as I used to do. I used to do a lot more, but because the kids have got in there now, I've got like wee babies and things like that in there now, so I've not had a chance.
No, but you are active, and that's the kind of point, because I mean, I think women find it easier. Like some guys prefer just to be like almost observers on Facebook, but you have to be an actual participant on Facebook, out with your postings. Basically, the point, you know.
Can I make a point? I've been doing very much the same as Tracy, but on a smaller scale. I was actually using very similar adverts to Tracy, because she passed some down to me that were working well, and they weren't working well for me at all. So I've been posting recently as my wife, and I've been getting phenomenal results. So I think there is definitely a difference between what a man can achieve and a lady. So for instance, I put 3 adverts out into Southern Ireland, and I had 85 responses, which was 85 more than I'd had all week before when I was posting in my own name. And they were still coming in 3 days later.
Well,
so I don't know why that is.
It could be a point that obviously women might feel threatened by a man. So you could put your wife's picture on, or your kid's picture next to you to make sure you're a family person, and that might work. But if not, just do it in your wife's account.
Yeah, I think there's a trust thing. people trust families and females more than males sometimes. I think they think if they are going to get scammed, it'll be by a man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's made a big difference, and even the people that, you know, when they come back to me and say they're not interested, they're much more polite to me when I'm, you know, when my wife's account's doing it. So it's just something I thought I'd point out.
No, that's definitely a good point.
Yeah,
Was that
and I managed to get three in from it, including one twice. So actually four, but one of them is the same person twice, because I didn't realise they were in the UK, and I sent them the link for the Ireland one because they were on an Ireland group. They signed up, and I had to sign them up again in the UK. So.
All right.
and I think. And I think they've now quit already, actually, but there you go.
Well, you can always keep sending them the catalogue, because I've just got one of the first ones that I've signed up, just decided to come back.
Yeah.
That's from April. What are we in August? So, and it hasn't even got the summer holidays out the road when the kids are gone back to school and people seriously are looking to make some money on the run up to Christmas.
I think that's really important. People are really busy at the moment with children on holiday and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, traditionally, this is the worst time of year for sponsoring anybody, you know. So, once the kids go back to school, it's just going to go absolutely crazy. So, any more questions before I don't want this recording to go on for too long, you know, for the people that's going to be watching it later. Any more questions? No. Right. Well, I'll just stop the recording now, and then we can carry on for a bit.